Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We are getting ready to go into craft fair season, and I've been doing craft fairs for a long time, and I just want to share some of my experiences with you and some of the things that made my craft fair a success. So if you want to know how to do that, stick around. I'll show you how. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to use examples out of my booth today. Now, you don't have to go as elaborate as I did, but one of the things I wanted to share with you is to be sure and stand in your booth. This way, people have eye contact with you. You're not slouched behind your table, but if you don't want to stand, then invest in a bar stool height chair where you sit above your tables and you're not hidden and they can still make eye contact with you. If you're slouched over in your chair kind of hidden, it looks like that you're bored. Okay, another tip I have for you is to keep your space clutter-free. Make sure that everything is not crammed into one corner of your booth. Kind of spread it out through your booth. It'll make it look like you have more items on your booth. Can't afford a booth on your own? Join in with somebody else. That's my daughter Mary. She and I rented this booth together. She had one half, I had the other, but it made our space look like it was really large. And you definitely want to put tablecloths on your table because these will hide anything that you put on. You can store all your stuff under this and nobody will see it. Okay, these are the tablecloths that I use. They're 90 by 156 inches. I got them on Amazon. But you could use a blanket. You could use sheets. You could use anything that you want to. You don't have to purchase a tablecloth, but make sure that you get some kind of table cover for your table. And then I add end caps on mine. It gives my space a little bit bigger without having to purchase more tables. I just purchased these on eBay. They were the cheapest that I found because I searched them for a while. $33.59, and they do give you free shipping, and they come in a variety of different colors. Okay, you can get more space on your table if you have risers or if you bring in crates and things like that where you can kind of stack things up. It gives your space a lot more depth, and from a distance, it draws people in because it looks more grand. And I'll show you the ones that I use, and I'll show you some alternatives those as well. Okay, I sell a lot of candles, so I bought these on Etsy. It's a little tiered stand, and it gives you 5 tiers. They make these in several different widths, but I got the one that's 24 inches wide. It's super easy to put together, and you can take it apart and carry it back with you. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. But that's how that looks. And then you can actually purchase these on Etsy. These are the ones that I purchased, and they come in different colors. You can get them in white, you can get them in natural, and you can get them in a darker wood color, but I stained mine myself. I did those with a weathered look on mine. When I bought mine, they didn't have these plans available, but they do now. You can actually build these with a digital download. I probably would have purchased the plans and did them myself. If you're new to craft fairs, I'm just going to show you quickly how you can tier up a table. Now, this is a 5-foot table. I'm just putting a sheet on it because I've got my tablecloths ready for my show already, and I didn't want to pull them back out. But this is just a queen size sheet. You can cover up a 5-foot table with it pretty easily. And you want to make sure that you do iron them. And then I'm just going to add crates on each corner. And these are just crates that you can get over at Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and I just stained mine. And then I'm just going to add a piece of wood over the top, and I put a little basket below it. And you can cover that or stain that. It's just a piece of wood shelf. And then I'm just putting a basket on top, some little baskets, another little crate, and another little basket. Just tier it up. The higher you go, I mean, you can get this tiered up pretty good, but it does give you extra space inside of those. Now, I made this thing for here for my candles and my room diffusers. You just cut it out with a hole saw, and then you I just labeled it. And that way I can just have samples and I don't have to have all of my product out at exactly the same time. I can pull from underneath my table, or I can have a few behind it, tiered up. Just use things that you have on hand if you're just starting out. You can add to later. Also make display boards. I just took a piece of wood and nailed some nails in here to hold my wood beads. I normally do inside shows. I don't have a tent where you can hang things from it. So I have been purchasing some grid wall to kind of fill up my space. If you could just invest in maybe 2 pieces of grid wall, you can do an L with them and they give you a lot of height and you can add a lot of product to a grid wall. I've got shelves on mine and you can put anything that you want on those and it does hold up good and it does not fall over. Okay, I would suggest putting decorative banners or functional banners on your space. I hang these string of lights. They light up with the clothespin on them, and I hang my ornaments on it. They create impulse shopping, and they draw people into your booth. Now, I got these lights on Amazon. They're $12.95 for a stringer of 20 of them. You can get them in 30s or 40s as well, but they really do hold up good, and they do light up, so it does draw attention. Now, my daughter Mary, she just did a nice banner across hers and it really did decorate up her space well. Yeah, banner is a must-have at a craft fair. It makes you look a little bit more professional and it also, if somebody told their friend to go to this other booth, they can find it easily. Presentation is everything at these craft fairs. That's what's going to make that person either come into your booth or not come into your booth. If you can afford to package your products, if you're making things that smell good, package them up, put a ribbon on them. It doesn't take a lot of work. And if you're doing it during the holidays, be sure and add greenery and some lights to your booth. It goes a long way. It makes it so much prettier. And have something in your booth that smells good because scents bring people in. It doesn't even have to be something that you make. You could just bring in a room diffuser and stick it in the corner. If you sell products that have a scent to them, have a sample sitting out there so they can smell it because they're going to ask you what it smells like. Be sure and price all of your products before you get to the show. Now, if you just carry a few products, like maybe 6 products, you could put up like a little sandwich board where you've written the price on them, and that works just as well. Highly recommend this step. I have these tables in my home and I am setting up my booth ahead of time so I know exactly where everything goes, and then I'm going to take a picture of it, and so setup will be super easy. And be sure and speak to everybody that comes in your booth, but don't be overly pushy. I usually just say, hi, welcome to my booth. If there's anything that I can help you with, let me know. And I let them walk around and see what they like. And then be sure and thank them from the bottom of your heart for purchasing something at your store. Okay, be sure to have bags for your products too. And I just go a little bit extra. I got a self-inking stamp with my logo on it. These are what I'm doing now. I'm just stamping it. And I'm going to stamp each one of my bags and just have them ready for my show. It just gives it a little extra touch, and people wonder where they got that. They can tell them that they got it at your store. And if you have an Etsy store or a website, be sure and include either a postcard thanking them for shopping small or put a business card inside of their bag so that they can come back and shop with you again or shop with you online. And if you sell breakables, you want to go ahead and either have some tissue paper or some brown craft paper and just wrap up their product so it goes into their bag without it getting damaged. And if you sell smaller items, just take some little mini lunch bags and stamp those as well. One of the main things that I do when I go to a craft fair is I wear an apron. That way I can keep my business cards in my pocket. I can keep a notepad in my pocket and a pen, just in case you want to take somebody's phone number down or somebody wants to do a special order. You'll always have that right at your fingertips. And you can keep your cell phone in your pocket, so you keep everything on your body. And another thing that I do, I wear a fanny pack to carry my money. I never leave my money anywhere but on me. To show you some of the ways that I actually add packaging to mine. I just print these labels on my computer. I cut a piece of cardstock a little bit bigger than the label to put it on the back of it. And then I just put these onto my box. And then I tie a ribbon around the top part of it. Now, if you're selling candles or you're selling body wash or soaps or anything that smells good or anything like that, or anything that you can package and have a sample on your table, this does create impulse shopping. I can't tell you how many candles I sell, and they always tell me it's because it's packaged. They don't have to package it again for Christmas. For my beads, I just print out on craft paper a label, and I just tie it on my beads with jute. For some of my smaller items, I just print a bunch of my logo onto a piece of cardstock, cut it out with a circle punch. These are 1-inch circle punch, and I just attach it with a little pin. It just makes it a little bit cuter this way. And if you want to kick it up a notch, you can order these wooden tags from Etsy, and you can just attach those to just about anything. Just kind of dresses it up a little bit. I also stamp muslin bags to put my beads in, and you can lay them on your table like that on the bag, and it just looks a little bit better. Going to a show that doesn't provide electrical and you need electrical, these little battery backups are pretty handy. You can get them on Amazon. You can charge you can plug a regular cord in there, and you can also charge your cell phones with this. And this thing will last you the whole day. You don't need an electrical outlet. Be sure and take a power bank so you can charge your phone. And get to know your neighbors so they can watch your booth while you have to run to the restroom. Accept cards. This is a must for a craft fair. And be sure and have change too so that you can make change for cash paying customers. I use Square as my credit card processing company. There's a lot of them out there. You could pick one, but this one has worked for me. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for letting me share some of my tips with you. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And have fun at your craft fair.